Hey y'all, what is up? What is up? What's up?
What up, gang?
We're back
It's
on
a
the
late night stream, y'all. Drawing, laughing, learning. It's an adventure, right? You
yeah.
know, you're like a pioneer in the old west, right? Stagecoach to stagecoach, right? Like Bonanza.
Let me send out the bat
Yes.
signal.
To let them know we're here. What is up? Jack and draw. What's good, big guy? What is good?
Nothing much
What's
here.
what's bad?
What's
Oh
bad?
gosh.
The Earth.
The
Yeah.
Earth itself is bad.
Not the
You know,
Earth.
I thought the Earth was a good guy, like Captain Planet. Remember Captain Planet?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That was a very preachy show. Like it was pretty preachy. His name was Captain Planet, and he said, "Captain Planet, he's a hero, gonna take pollution down to zero." Message, like,
It didn't work. He didn't take it down to zero, bro.
yeah, he didn't. What happened to him?
I
And
don't
he had all
know.
that power too.
Some failed.
Damn,
Powers in the chat. What's up? What's up, man?
Power 900. What's up? How's it going? Thumbs ups in the chat. Thumbs up in the chat. Thumbs up this video. But we can get into all that. So, Stellar Blade has come out today,
Yeah.
y'all.
It has been
People are
released.
doing the play streams.
That's right.
I've been watching some of them. The graphics look insane.
Yep. Makani was playing earlier today.
That's right. Makini is a fellow streamer. You
That is
know,
correct.
Sean has appeared in his streams. It's called Makini Draws. So,
Power's there. I believe he's a mod over there, right?
oh, very good, very good. So, what did you think? What did you think? Seeing it in motion,
Oh, I mean, I haven't played it myself, but it looked pretty smooth and responsive to me. So,
right? I'm gonna look up on Metacritic. How about that?
oh,
Just curious to see what the normies are thinking about this.
Power says M. Alchemy was playing last night till 3 a.m. I'm sure he was.
It's right up his alley.
Unfortunately, well, you already know my dilemma, Power. So, I, uh,
It's in the title stream.
right. I instead was fighting for managed democracy against the Terminids and the Automatons for Super Earth in, in Helldivers 2. That's what.
So
For
on
free.
Metacritic, Stellar Blade has 82%. That's pretty good
There you go. I wonder how the sales are doing. Now,
based on 118 critics. Sales? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Release day.
there were a couple people. I don't know. I guess they're sticking with their guns, kind of like I stuck with my guns to not watch Marvel titles since 2022. And they were like, "Oh, they're canceling the pre-orders because they found out there was censorship, and they claimed there wasn't going to be censorship, so now it's over for them." And I was like, "Really, guys? I don't know. Like, me personally, I'm like, I didn't really care. I'm like, oh, they covered up her cleavage. I'm like,
I mean, look, I'm not gonna say it's
of
not a big
one
deal that
outfit,
people
by the way,
care
it's
about it. I know
like,
people are like, no censorship, no giving in
right?
to the censorship enemies. I mean, hey, people got principles like that. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
I mean, like, hey, somebody's got to be a hardliner in this world for a lot of things. Now, I will say that I guess in these, troubling
Yeah,
times,
I'm like,
you can't get. It's hard to say like you're getting like think how much got through the
yes.
censorship.
I
Are you
mean,
gonna
it's
throw
funny
all that
because
away? Maybe it needs to be 98% intact is the victory, and then the next game going forward could be the 100% intact game, or
yeah,
you fight to get the censored part back in the next patch. Like you yell and complain or something,
that's
or
what
something.
Grums was saying today. Oh, Power just said it too. Grums spoke on that.
So,
He said he spoke
oh,
on a
okay.
petition as well as telling to send fan mail to shift up. To be
Because why
honest, it
like
sounded like it
why
was
like
Sony's
dog?
fault. To be honest,
Because why dog? I mean, look, this is like a. I mean, the fact that it got this guy through is like wild, you
right,
know, because it's like someone having like a like in a town that's like a dry town or something where you can't like have any booze, and then some guy comes in with the I don't know the Michelob truck
right,
and starts handing it out to the town for free, except he missed like 2 kegs in the other town, and it's like you promised to bring 48 kegs and you only brought 46. Get out of here! And it's like, bro, you didn't have anything.
right.
You didn't have any booze in this town. And now I have to pack up all my booze and go home.
Yeah, it's a little, it's a
So you
bit
be left
much.
with nothing. It's like I get it though. I get it. Like they want what they'll promise. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
Anyway, the game is out. Sean is drawing.
about to
Since he
draw.
just we got the PS5, we can at
Yeah,
least.
there will be no gaming streams. So, well, at least not
But
of Stellar Blade.
but it's a draw stream. So Sean's going to be exercising his artistic talents.
Y'all want to draw a stream of, I don't know, of Cyberpunk or Helldivers? I got you. This I don't got you. At least not at the moment. Either I eventually get a PS5 or I wait till it gets ported to PC in about 3 years. Uh,
Power 900 says Eastern companies respond through mail and sensitive to certain social media stuff. They respond well. Okay, so that's good. At least in America, nobody listens to anything. These
right.
corporations they listen to who they choose to listen to for feedback.
Yeah.
That's why they have them gassed up, thinking they're gonna make like what the Eternals 2 and She-Hulk season 2. Like they're not going to, but they always try to float it out there in the corporate press because they listen to just the people on Twitter that are stands,
Right.
no matter what, and neglect the other people. Pound 100 says he's hoping people are being respectful when attempting to do this. Oh, when they respond, yes, just say thank you for making this game as an oasis in a sea of cringe. Thank you. Um, it didn't get through 100% intact, you know,
They got
but
mostly into. I mean, look,
but
and
it's like 98% intact. I mean, that's pretty good. You don't get that kind of success rate in politics. And they expect people to wave signs and run in the street to get some dude elected, and we do that. McDonald, like I won't say that. I guess I'm not trying to get a McDonald's a lawyer on my case, but I'm gonna just say fast food in general. Is it 100% meat all the time? Like we,
I am highly doubtful that it is
you know,
100%.
100% beef products. Allegedly, maybe. Alle- Possibly not. People still eat it though.
Yeah, no, that's a good.
Plus, unless you hear like the guy say like I'm proud to censor this, like the guy like whatever Hung Tae Kim pops out and says I'm glad to censor this and I will censor more, then you can lay off a little bit.
I seriously doubt that I don't think him would be saying that. But
Now for Protos here, what's up?
hey, what
Right,
up,
he
man?
says it's soy-based protein. It probably is. Like I think it's made of a certain, just cobbled together in like some kind of patty formation. Like we take a bunch of stuff and Frankenstein it into like a hockey puck shape and stuff it in between two pieces of bread.
Right.
So it's all good. So, um, very interesting. We got. I was just looking at this story here
Yes.
where they say Craven the movie is pushed till Christmas. That's pretty. That's pretty bold, right? Like, I mean, Christmas is like when you put out the good stuff.
What did he need more time for?
I don't know. Is it like they want to fix it, or is it like they're mad confident this movie's gonna be something? First of all, no one's heard of Craven the Hunter. Normies haven't. I have heard of Craven the Hunter, of course, because I read comic books,
Yes.
but I don't know if normie people know who he is.
Listen, as far as Craven goes, the only thing I'm confident on with Craven is inevitable doom. Like, it's like what?
Well, that guy's gonna be James Bond, right? Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Is that true?
I think so. Wasn't he? Or I wasn't. Wasn't
But
that the official? Yeah, I'll check. Yeah. Aaron Taylor Johnson, James Bond. Hmm? Was I getting misinfo? Oh, he addresses Bond rumors in
hmm.
an awkward exchange, awkwardly swerving questions about the rumors. Oh, okay. So it's not confirmed. Alpha Proto says till Christmas. I thought this full year was Spider Verse movies. Possibly
Hmm.
Spider Verse, Madam Web, Venom, and Venom. Yeah, yeah, I guess. Don't they want to debut some of these villains in actual Spider-Man movies? I mean, he has.
They can't call Tom Holland in for mad films.
I mean, Tom Holland is busy. He's like a big superstar outside of these movies. Uncharted.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, his whole life is devoted to the Spider-Man franchise, right?
He said he won't. I heard some statement. I think it was true where he said he would love to keep playing Spider Man.
That means like he's probably positioning for more cash.
Mm,
You know, he want like that $10 million paycheck before he leaves the house.
right.
And I'm like, dang, to get 10 million. I mean, I don't know, big money. I guess he could do it because Tobey Maguire got those big paychecks playing Spider-Man,
Hmm.
and it's always like they want to, I guess in any endeavor, they want to get the most money while doing the least work or something. So if he asks for a big budget like that, and
Hmm.
for like one more movie, they may do it until the box office receipts go down.
Yeah.
Then they'll just recast the whole thing because they can't afford it.
Hmm.
But it'll get one last paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And the weird part is, I saw a making of one of those Spider-Man movies.
Hmm.
It might have been the second one or one of those things.
Yeah.
He was actually doing a lot of stunts,
Hmm.
like in green screen mode.
Really?
He was jumping on cars and he was doing some acrobatics a little bit.
Hmm.
And I'm like, why? Like, he's wearing a suit in the movie, and it's not even a real person at all. Sometimes it's just CGI swinging around and jumping around. But no, they mocap the actual Tom Holland to jump around.
Some want to be hands on, bro.
I mean, that's cool, but I'm just saying, I'm not sure what's that about. If I can't see him, then how would I know? Unless I get the DVD and see the promotional material.
Right.
I mean, I'm glad he did it. I'm just saying, this is funny. Alpha says, I put Venom there twice. Oh, so you meant Craven. I heard he didn't see himself playing Spider-Man past 30. Then he went to rehab. Oh, I forgot he went to rehab.
He went to rehab. Wait for.
He was, I think, drinking or something
Oh.
like
Oh man.
that. And,
Marvel drove him to drink.
I
Or
can
was
imagine
this?
his meteoric rise. Yeah, the quote Alpha Proto says, maybe it's time for me to move on. Maybe that's what's best for Spider-Man they do a Miles Morales film, I have to take Peter Parker into account as well because he's an important part of my life. I'm playing Spider Man after I'm 30. I've done something wrong. First of all, Spider Man had like his best adventures when he was like 30.
Yes.
Like he was like a kid for like not that long, you know, in comic
It's
form.
called Spider Man.
Yeah, his high school years weren't that many issues. He eventually went to college and he eventually, became a full time reporter at the Daily Bugle. Like that's the bulk of his adventures, if anything.
Yeah,
If anything, as he gets older, he's more looking like Spider Man.
that is true. So it's like now he should stick with it.
Right. So I don't know what kind of intel or whatever Wikipedia they're having him read to research his role, but um, Spider Man is not a high school franchise. Okay, it's
The revisionist Wikipedia.
yeah, that they claim he's a high school kid living with Aunt May, and if he moved out, that's the end of the series. Like, no, that's not how Spider Man went down. Even in the Spider Man animated series from the '90s, he won like a high school kid.
Right.
But a lot of people's frame of reference for comic books are always like the first iconic movie. Like how people think Superman is just a Christopher Reeve movie. Like these directors can't get past the Christopher Reeve, Richard Donner
Yeah.
movie, so they have
Right.
to always bring in Lex Luthor, and he has to be a silly guy. And then if they bring in a supervillain, it has to be General Zod.
Yeah. They,
And
they're not using comic books as a frame of reference at all.
no, so they can't think beyond like other villains besides those two, because that's what they think the comics are. That's why they're afraid to put like Robin in some of these newer movies, because it's like you just think, well, he wasn't represented in the Michael Keaton ones. Or once he started to get there, that's when the franchise kind of went down. So they're kind of afraid to tackle him and stuff. It's the way it is. This is the Hollywood surface level research. Hey, studying trade Megatron. There you go. What's up?
Hey, what up? What up? What up?
It says, I like to see Silver Banshee. I don't know, Silver Banshee. I don't know. You Silver Sable? I know Silver Sable.
I was trying to figure out who Saber Banshee was.
But anyone, or is this like for a Superman thing? I don't know. I have to look that one up.
Might be.
Anyone, anything but Lex Luthor and General Zod. Like, please stop it. Like with Lex Luthor and General Zod, it has to stop.
Yeah, they are tired characters.
Yeah, Silver Banshee is the name of two supervillains appearing in American comics published by DC, with both primarily as opponents of Superman.
Hmm.
Oh, yes. I know this character. I remember.
I'm not familiar.
I remember Silver Banshee. Yes. The skull and everything. Yeah, because they're making like Superman has no rogues gallery. He has a rogues gallery. And they never made this Brainiac movie. They always said the next villain was going to be Brainiac, and
And they never do it.
never did it. And Brainiac, I think, was supposed to be the villain in the Nicolas Cage, Tim Burton Superman that never got off the ground.
Really? Well, you
Yeah.
can experience Brainiac in the hit game uh Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Y'all might have heard about that. It's doing great numbers right now. Tens of thousands of players online as I speak.
Alpha Proto says they say Robin gets in the way of the story.
Uh,
You know what's interesting? Batman Forever,
yeah.
the Joel Schumacher movie,
Mhm.
when Robin was introduced, Um, like the movie, it made some artistic choices that don't really hold up.
Oh yeah,
But I think script wise, like having he was pretty integrated well
yeah,
because he wasn't like a child. He was more like a young adult,
right,
at least 18 years old or something. So it's not like he's palling around with like a 10-year-old or like a 12-year-old. He's like he was kind of grown, and it's more like he's just living in Batman's house
right.
while he gets his life together and help Batman fight crime. It was all the wacky aesthetic hijinks, and they ruined it. But it was pretty legit. But I guess they had to have a lighter tone for a Robin. But they can do it better now, I think.
Oh, of course, they could definitely do it better now.
Oh yeah, totally. I never saw the Titan show. I never saw that.
I did not see that either.
I don't know. I just saw like Robin Curson or something
Mm.
saying "F Batman," and I'm just like, I don't know about this. Like, it's trying too hard. That's right. Studying Brave Megatron says Silver Banshee was a Superman villain who was freaky looking and had sonic screaming powers that messed with his superhero.
I'm about to
Yeah, I
look it
remember
up
that.
right now.
Yeah, he's all coming back. It's all coming back. It's like I just looked up on Google the picture of Silver Banshee. I'm like, yep, that's what that is. All flooding back.
I'm not familiar. I'm about to look it
Man,
up right now. Oh, interesting. Huh? What a character. Sindel from Mortal Kombat. No, let me stop.
man. It's funny, like you ever walk at these articles and it was just like the '90s comics in the '90s. And the comics in the '90s were legit. Like they just like mentioned like the more like ridiculous ones, but like Superman in the '90s was legit. Like I'd take any of the Superman comics from the '90s over the ones they make now. Even
Yeah,
him in that Blue Lightning suit, I'll take that.
you know what? Uh, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with you on that one.
Even the Doomsday story was legit. Like people always make fun of the final splash page issue of them just like slugging it out, and
Yeah,
then Superman dies, and the way they like you know that thing they say this comic that caused the crash in the '90s. It's like, hey, Dan Jurgens was on a roll, all right. Like he was writing that thing, drawing that thing. That dude is a legend, man. Drawing himself on Superman. Brett Breeden on the inks. Classics.
give me
They
a
still
second.
take from it, you know. What did Zack Snyder do? He did a Doomsday story.
That is true.
Eventually, in the animated series, they adapt from those comics too.
Smallville.
Yeah, Smallville, same thing. Studying Brave Megatron says, I need to draw Silver Banshee at some point.
And give it a
Yeah,
go, man.
yeah. She have a rogues gallery of Superman villains. The thing about James Gunn, what he could do, I guess, is that he could like he's he's good at incorporating characters that they that the regular, I guess, normie directors
Mm.
won't do.
Right.
Of course, he puts it like in a comedic context. Like Adam Warlock was definitely not the Adam Warlock from the comics in that Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Oh, definitely not.
But with Superman, I think he could, I think maybe he's more comfortable in like in doing it. It would like fit a little bit his sensibilities. But then again, who knows? I don't know. These things are not guaranteed in terms of success. Alpha Proto says, I watched the 50 Superman TV show. The only fault were gangsters. Yeah, that's all the imagination they had back then. It's just him to fight gangsters. And I don't know, maybe that was the 1950s budget that they could
That's what they could
think of.
afford, man.
That's what they could afford. Prime 900 says Superboy was also, what's he say? Bald later on.
Really?
Interesting. You know, there was a Superboy TV show
Mm-hmm.
in the early 90s, maybe late 80s, early 90s,
Mm-hmm.
that was on syndicated TV.
Yeah.
It's called Superboy. I gotta look this up.
I think I remember this.
And it had him in college. I remember it had him in college, and it had Lana Lang, and then later, I guess when he graduated from college, they had him at some investigative bureau to investigate supernatural things. I have no idea. That's Clark Kent.
Right.
Like they were trying to not have him at the Daily Planet for some reason, because maybe that's when he officially turns into Superman.
Mm.
And it was only a half hour. The show was only a half hour. I remember that.
Hmm.
But they had like Mr. Mixoplick, and he's played by the guy, that actor, Michael J. Pollard, who was the weapons man in Tango and Cash. And they had Bizarro.
Yeah, Bizarro on that.
Yeah, yeah, they have
I
Bizarro.
didn't even realize, bro.
And probably some others. Let me see. Superboy TV show. By the way, you're drawing. Tell me who you're drawing when I look that up.
I'm drawing this character, Lily from Stellar Blade. Not exactly sure of her role in the story. I know she's a support character from the indicated by the screenshots and all that.
That
Pretty,
is your Stellar Blade roster.
yeah.
Yeah, it says Superboy is an American TV series based on the fictional DC comic character Superman as early years as Superboy. It ran from 1988 to 1992.
Hmm.
Lex Luthor was there too. I remember that. 100 episodes, 4 seasons.
Really?
Yep. And they're pretty comic booky. I mean, he's like going through adventures, and he's like, it says Philip Michael Thomas from Miami Vice made an appearance as a medieval alchemist who survived into modern times to battle a sorcerer spreading plague. Is it the same Philip Michael Thomas? Yeah, that's it.
Mm.
Medieval alchemist. Okie dokie. Uh, Interesting. James Bond actor George Lazenby and Bond girl Britt Elkind as works aliens disguised as Superboy's Kryptonian father and mother
Hmm.
in two episodes. Right. In the third season, it says the title officially becomes The Adventures of Superboy, and the setting is shift from Schuster University, get it, to the Bureau for Extra Normal Matters, and Clark and Lana were interns. The Bureau is depicted as a government agency which investigates paranormal aliens and activities, including Superboy. This format change predates the concept of the television series The X Files.
Hmm. Interesting.
The tone of the series changed dramatically as darker stories were produced, and the overall look of the series took on many characteristics of film noir. Few journalists at the time suggested this darker look was largely due to the success of the Batman movie from a year prior
Hmm.
and dealt with more mature themes. Interesting. I gotta check this out again. I gotta watch those old episodes. It's produced by like the guys who did the original Superman show. Oh, Welland's here. What's up? He says, "Well, I am." It says, "Your style is perfect for Stella Blade."
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
I did some others as well. Well, I mean, I'm sure you've seen the thumbnail, but this was the last one that I did. Um, And then I did one for, which y'all probably all seen, which was the Near Automata Celebrate remix. Where is she? Oh, I forgot I turned off all her layers. Let's put 2B back into play.
Something Bear Megatron says, I'm giving Eve a go right now.
Ah,
Awesome.
wait, in game or drawn?
Drawing. If you guys are drawing Celebrate characters, you could join our Discord.
Right.
And
Toss her
on
in there.
Discord, you could post in the post your art section and we'll display it in the week
Yeah.
on stream. Yep, he says drawing. Alpha Proto says, is Marvel still making the Spider-Man series with the Black Norman Osborn Disney Plus Spider-Man freshman year? It was supposed to be released in 2021. Huh. Good question.
They were
I
gonna
don't
make
know.
this. This was
I didn't
gonna
even
be a
know this
thing.
was a thing. I guess it was a thing. Maybe not. Maybe they're holding back. I can't imagine they would jump to it now because I don't know. The X-Men 97 is out, and I guess it's doing okay, right?
Yeah.
But they did fire the creator, right? The Bo DeMeo or the guy running it,
Yeah, that guy. He's
which is kind of odd that they would fire him just before the show is released. Like, it's like we can nitpick
mhm.
what's wrong about it, but I want to know what Disney thought was wrong about it
Hmm.
because there's nothing really in the show that I've seen that would go against what they would think. These people who released like what She-Hulk, Eternals,
Yeah.
you know, Doctor Strange, where like America Chavez's parents explode in like half a second, and that's her origin story. And I don't think they have like a some kind of quality meter. Like no, this is less than like 5-star entertainment. You're fired, dude. And we're gonna hire like Christopher Nolan to write this or something. It's like I don't think it's like that. So I don't know what happened. Did he steal like Bob Iger's sandwich from the fridge or something? Like we got to know the inside dope on this. Uh, Alpha Proto says it's one more day's style retelling of Peter Parker's history after wishing to have him erased. What? Oh, you're saying like what? Norman Osborn wished he was erased, or what's going on? They gave him the same reason The Witcher did. Oh, the Bodemale. He was difficult to work with.
Oh. Huh.
Interesting. I wonder what context. I wonder what context he was difficult to work. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Just wondering if my mic is. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I wonder what he did. I guess will it all come out? Will it all be exposed? They write these NDAs, They have these contracts that you sign, so you can't like disparage the company. If you do, then they sue you for like $1 million or whatever. So everyone's got to be hush hush. They're like, I won't trash talk you. Don't trash talk me, and we're fine. Just take your final paycheck and go home. X-Men 97. And I guess like I don't know, people they like the old costumes. I don't know what's going on with the comics now. I mean, I know that they released these 3 synopsis for the new X-Men comics, like having like 3 comics, I guess.
Mhm.
Uncanny X-Men and whatever. And it looks like they're in like the 90s X-Men garb
Right.
with 3 new characters. I don't know. You know what's interesting? Like I always thought of X-Men as like kind of like a forward youthful franchise in a
Supposed to
way.
be.
And my idea for X-Men, the direction would be just to outsource it to Udon.
Right.
Guys who do the Street Fighter comics. They've been
They should
drawing them
do.
for years, and the stories are pretty good. You know, they're good. They're solid
Yeah,
stories,
you keep talking. Me right back.
and the art. I think the art is super awesome. Like it's kind of like yeah, it's anime, but it's like the anime that like everyone likes, and even the Americans like it's the Americans that don't like anime style mixed in with their X-Men, even though that's like that's fading away. They even like Udon's art, and I think if they did some character design, because they always work with Capcom and doing their source books and stuff, their outfits would look on point if they did a character redesign. Otherwise, I would just recommend they just use the '90s outfits, because every other like upgrade to their outfits has been hit or miss. Like I don't know, I've never really been satisfied with Bishop's new looks over the years. I know they feel like his old look is outdated. He's got like the Jerry curls and stuff, and his bandit mask, his handkerchief and stuff like that. But it's iconic. What can I tell you? Jim Lee knew what he was doing back in the '90s. He was drawing that up, and it's still here today, and people like it. They tried different things with him. They try to put him in an all like purple, I don't know, suit, and they try to like have him have like a super cut fade, and all this, and give him a Caesar haircut, and it was just like not popping. People like old Bishop. They like him with his blue, gold, and red outfit. That's what we like. Alpha Proto says he wanted to he wanted to stick to the lore too close. That's what I think. Yeah, it's possible he wanted to stick heavy on the lore of X-Men '97. I mean, look, it's got issues, but it's actually like you need a primer to watch the show a little bit. You got to be familiar a little bit with X-Men lore, because they just throw in Mr. Sinister and Master Mold and all these characters like very quickly.
I saw Captain America showed up.
Yeah, Captain America. So he's like kind of just like
Spoilers, I guess. I don't know. I still haven't watched the show, but
they're like just kind of, it's not for like normies to like jump in really.
right.
It's good enough for normies to jump in. I mean, like, you don't need all this like backstory all the time for these villains.
Mm-hmm.
Just a sentence or two will like get you up to speed. It's superhero stuff, like you don't need to reintroduce everything all the time. But maybe like to the other writers who are like, maybe he's like, no, people are gonna get mad if, I don't know, who knows? You'd have to explain it. Was it because he was not good with the lore and he want to put other things in there,
Mm.
or did he bug them about the lore too much and he would yell at them when they deviated? We don't know. We'll have to find out. Alfred Poto says Bishop's new look makes no sense. Bishop has straight hair. He's not of African descent. Yeah, it's like just let him do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? He was like he had the Jerry curl, he had the TCB in his hair. He likes to.
So he does not have a Jerry curl now.
I don't know what he got now. Like I've seen so many looks. They always try to update him and upgrade him. Like he's got he got like your haircut sometimes, and then he got like a fade, and then he got like other things, and it's just like, and then he's got like a purple suit on, and he's got like, they just can't figure out what to do with him. They can't figure out what the 21st century upgrade is with Bishop, and they haven't for the past 20 something years. I guess like Joe Mad tried, he was like, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay, and it was like, all right. Power 900 says fans want Spider-Man to make a cameo in the X-Men '97 show. I guess, whatever. They don't want to overshadow it all, though. It's kind of weird because I think X-Men always, as a comic, read better when they didn't get involved with the rest of the the Marvel universe. Because once you start putting them in, it doesn't make much sense because they hate the mutants. but they
They
have superpowers because they're born with it, but they trust the other heroes that do the same amount of destruction when they fight. You know, the Avengers, they fight the Hulk all the time, and
yeah.
when any of them go crazy, you know, like Thor, if he goes crazy and they're gonna fight him and they bash the city up, and somehow they forgive them, but the X-Men, they just hate them on sight, and they save the world 100 times.
I know you're trying to make it specific, but the specificity doesn't add up at all.
Like, why don't they suspect them all of being mutants? It's not like they're offering their origin story, the
Right.
Avengers, to the public. So I don't know. Alpha Proto says I'm not watching the show until 10 episodes are aired. Then I'll watch them all at once.
Hmm.
Hey, that's the way they set it up, right? In the binge watching world. It is paced differently than the original series. You know, the original series is like always moving. It's like very plot heavy,
Right.
packing in a lot of stuff in like 30 minutes. I kind of miss that. You know, like I was watching an old episode of Gargoyles,
Yeah.
and they were packing a lot of content in 30 minutes. A lot of adventure. Now everything is like drawn out, like it's all trying to be very serious,
They
like a
knew
Game
how
of
to
Thrones
condense,
episode.
professionally condense.
Yeah, I guess they were also afraid that kids would get bored if things weren't always constantly on the move.
They think they're competing with like, I don't know, Roblox and YouTube or something for kids.
And now they are.
Yeah.
That's why they should have the pacing of a 1990s show. Back then, I guess they could have slowed it down a little bit because we were only competing with like what 16-bit video games and like PBS.
Right.
Now it's like these cartoons are like, you know, glacially paced, like Invincible a little bit. Like this new season was like kind of like we gotta get. Can we get to the adventure? Like I guess maybe that's how the comics were. It was just that's just the way it was.
Hmm.
We got to go through Invincible's mom's therapy session episodes, and maybe the fans of Invincible really want to see that. Uh what's this? Says Power 900 says yes. Captain America made a cameo appearing in front of Rogue. She threw his shield far away to be petty. Yeah, that episode was weird. Like the clips are online. I'm sure you've seen it. You know,
I've seen that, yes.
she's like dropping people off of like rooftops and
Buildings
stuff.
and stuff.
And it's like, guys, you don't want to make this franchise too, you know, over the top. That's the thing about X-Men too, is like you don't want to make them too elitist. And that's what they've been doing with the comics, you know, having to have their own country and be like little politicians, and they're in the UN, and because no one likes, you know, politicians are not the most popular people these days, you know, like
At all.
so maybe like the writers and the people who work at these companies wish they, you know, they dream of like being the president or the little city councilman in their town or something. But when you're and the X-Men are supposed to be like underdog and sympathetic,
Right.
despite the fact that they have cool powers, despite the fact that they all look like supermodels or cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Now they run a country. Now they hate humans. Now they kill people. It's just like it's gonna like, yeah, you gotta start rooting for the Sentinels at one point. Like,
Call them in.
Alpha Proto says Bishop is of Australian or Aboriginal descent. Really? There you go. Alpha Proto says the X-Men cartoon and the Spider-Man cartoons were in the same continuity. That's true. If they show Spider-Man, it will be Christopher Daniel Barnes. His series ended on a cliffhanger that everyone will want the Spidey cartoon. Well, do it. I mean, why are people so strict? Just give people what they want. Spider-Man 97 or Spider-Man, whatever the show ended.
Yeah.
Just do it. Who cares?
Well, yeah.
That's the thing. I guess like our generation is like we're still watching TV.
Yes.
So they can cater to all kind of generations. Younger people can watch whatever Miles Morales, and older people can watch the X-Men '97. But they're afraid that if they bring back the old stuff, maybe they want that more. Good. I mean, we're testing out what people want.
Yeah.
Maybe they find out young people want to see the older characters done in the spirit of the old comic books. Would that be so bad?
That's like,
And costumes really don't matter that much. Like, I saw a thread of someone online saying like the X-Men now in season 2 should get a costume upgrade.
mm-hmm.
And I'm like, really? Do they need to? Not really. I mean, people watch Invincible. Are their outfits cooler than X-Men '92? I know that's not the point.
No.
Because I guess like Invincible's like a deconstructionist superhero story, but still. My Hero Academia. I guess these are all deconstructionist stories. I guess in a deconstructionist superhero story, the outfit can look as generic as possible, and that's part of the parody of a superhero, the semi-parody. But if you're playing it straight, they demand like an awesome outfit. But for something like X-Men, it's so iconic that you don't need to go that far off the reservation.
No.
Power Nine just says, speaking of Invincible, there was a recent hoopla of that show being animated by North Korea.
Huh?
What? North Korea?
What the hell? Oh, there's some
legal.
lore. That's some lore I'll have to look up.
I never heard that. That's wild. Alpha Protest says, what costumes? The biker jackets or the extreme X-Men costumes? I don't know. I guess it's like they could do the biker jackets. And I don't know. I wasn't really into that stuff. I guess they could do it, but I don't know. Uniforms. I guess they wear the uniforms. Mary Cinematics here. He says, who wants to fade with the Stellar Blade?
Yo. Cinematic always got the bronze. Or Cinematic, I'm not going to stay for too long because this was supposed to be a quick stream.
But check out this drawing right here. This is Lily from Stellar Blade right now. Yep. Sean drew Eve. Guess you could put them side by side. Once it's complete. Gonna have the whole roster.
Draw them all. I know there's an artist on Twitter that's been drawing all the outfits of Eve. I'm like, wow, that's gonna take a
minute. Alpha Proto says, right, Cinematics dropping bars like Roadblock from G.I. Joe. That's true.
That is a throwback reference, man.
He had a lot of rhymes. I was watching G.I. Joe, the animated movie. And Roadblock was just rhyming through the whole movie.
Goodness.
Hilarious.
Yo, speaking of well, this is a bad segue, but I attempted to watch. I was gonna say, speaking of stereotypes, I attempted to watch the first half an hour of. Well, you don't even know what I'm gonna say. What I'm gonna say.
Good Times.
Yeah, that's right.
So you didn't think I know, but you said stereotypes.
Oh, that's true. That was the giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Mars Cinematic said Velma. Nah, man.
Nope.
Good times. By the way, before I forget, people on the YouTube side, you know, please like the video.
Yes, help like the video, help boost this algo from the crater to the ceiling.
I don't know. It's funny because it was bad. It's like bad, but I was like, I'm always prepped for the bad, so it's just like, oh, okay.
Well, the trailer really go for it, with the I don't know.
Yeah, whatever you saw in the trailer is exactly what the show's like.
I can imagine. It's very crude, lewd, with attitude.
Weird parts like these are all the grandchildren of the characters.
The Evans family.
Yeah.
But it's funny because the Evans family, they weren't ratchet, like even back in the day. Like, what up, young blood? Like it was like, and now look like in the trailer, like the father the mom, all the whole family is like ratchet. Even JJ, he was just like he said dynamite and trying to get groovy, whatever, in the 70s. But he just was like trying to be a comedian. That was basically all he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes they try to get involved with some scheme and then they decide not to do it. But now they have like the kid is a drug dealer.
The baby is a
The
drug dealer.
baby is a drug dealer.
It's the baby is a drug dealer.
Like the black version of Stewie.
Yes.
Mary Cinematic and Twitch. He wrote that Effa was singing the theme with the cockroach.
Yeah, he was definitely my man definitely sang with the cockroach. And that happened in the first like 4 minutes. And I don't even know what the plot was. Like the wife want to do some kind of contest or show or something to get money to get up out of the hood, I guess, or to prove her family is good. The plot is like he kicked the baby out the house because the baby
Get the baby out the house.
He kicked the baby out the house because the baby was selling drugs. So the baby was already on the streets, and I don't even know. I don't know where they were going with it, and I'm obviously not gonna finish. All the episodes are listed. I'm not gonna continue to damage my brain cells with that.
Pana 100 says it takes place in 4 generations later within the same area. Now, in the last episode of Good Times, the original Good Times, I think they left the hood. Like, I think like I forget why. I think it's like their neighbor or something, or their whatever. The daughter was gonna marry, I guess, this guy who was a football player or something. And all got out the hood, and so now they're back in the hood. I mean, that's kind of bleak.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
It's kind of bleak. Like, you can never leave the hood. It's there. You'll be there. If you leave, you'll be
and
back.
The whole thing is presented like that too. Like,
this is just no hope.
Yeah, it's just like no hope, and people are, the daughter's giving a speech about like I don't know, some pro-black speech saving the hood, and then people just passing by, just eating chicken and
it's like racist and anti-racist.
Or what are they eating chicken? I don't know. They were just eating, and it was like flies around the food, and I'm just like, yo, what is going on, son? Like, what?
It's like I don't know who produced this. Like, it's like
I want to find out. And I will find out by the time.
Try to put that cheap message in so they can get away with more insulting humor.
By the next time I stream, I want to find out, just for my own entertainment purposes, who.
Well, I know Seth MacFarlane is one of the producers.
I know about Seth MacFarlane, but I want to know like who wrote it, like who.
Yeah. But I bet you there was probably like, I don't know, there were like black writers involved as well. They're all just involved in it together. Doesn't matter what color you are. They all believe in
Power
cringe.
900 says black woman is the main producer.
Yeah, so it's like they're all in on together. It's like you gotta.
So I saw a ruined Leon actually try to watch it as well with his boy,
right?
And they had like some reaction, and he was just basically saying like, "Yo, this thing make me ashamed to be black." Like, it's like, yo, any black person that like was involved in helping to make this should be arrested. Like,
oh man, so sad. It's sad because, like, black people always talk about they want to have their own media, and black people want their own media.
Right.
Black people want cartoons. They want stuff, and they never make it right.
No.
It's always like some kind of cringe, or it's like some Trojan horse for politics, and that's in it with everything: comics, video games. You know what play well in the hood?
Hmm.
Action.
Yeah.
You know, the last time black people were reading comic books in the '90s, the Punisher and Wolverine were like the top titles.
Yeah.
Snickety Snick, fight ninjas, Punisher loading up the guns, X-Men, things like that. Battles, fights, adventures. Instead, it's like, I don't know, comedies and soap operas, low budget junk on Tubi. That's a demo.
It's a weird demo, man.
It's a weird demo. Rare Cinematic says the show is another way of keeping us in arrested development, criminally shameful. Yes, there's no evolution. They won't let you like speak out. You got to whip out the iPad and start drawing your own cartoons or something. No budget.
It's such a
It's
weird.
yeah.
I don't, but I mean, it's I don't know. The show has Velma syndrome, where it's like it's just so bad that everyone hates it.
And
But
they're not getting a fuller experience of the black experience when it comes in terms of in front of the camera or behind the camera.
yeah,
Uh Alpha Proto says, I saw the Good Times marathon. The sister married a football player and got out of the hood.
Hmm.
Then the football player got injured and off the team. Then they went back to the hood. Then the last episode, JJ gets a job drawing his comic book based on his sister as a superhero.
Hmm.
So he got them out the hood with his comic book company.
There you go.
Comic book money. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. I had it like half wrong. I had it wrong. I just had it wrong. I knew the part about the football player.
Right.
I thought that was the end, but he's definitely right. Alpha Proto is definitely right. And isn't that right? Isn't that cool? It's a comic book story too. Imagine getting out the hood,
Yeah.
making his own comic. This guy was like the Eastman and Laird of like black people.
Instead, now it's just wretched.
Now they're just, I don't know, powers that be wreck the comic book industry. Or trying to anyway. Gotta get out the hood with that comic book money.
Don't stay in the hood, man.
Hey, back in the day, I don't know if it was a comic strip and he was a hit, he could be making that big money. You know what I'm saying? I bet you that dude who made Beetle Bailey is living in
Oh
his whole
yeah.
family still living in a mansion somewhere. And that comic strip has been published in like 30 years. Or whatever. Get that good syndication money, syndicated in all those magazines. I got Calvin and Hobbes drew his comic strip for like how long? Well, like what, 10 years or something, and then he was over. He was done.
Hmm.
I don't even know if it was 10 years. Really, it might have been less. I have no idea. Dude retired and it was over, bro. He was just like, I'm good. I'm rich forever now. I don't have to draw anything or talk to anybody. JJ. It was funny as a kid, like JJ was an artist. I thought like he, because you don't know, like, when you're a kid, you don't know, like, oh, is this real? Is this like that painting
Yeah.
in the end of the beginning of the credits? It's like, did JJ paint that? Was that part of the storyline? Did he paint that?
Never know.
But it was an actual Good Times. I guess it's a real art piece,
Mm.
and it's actually worth like millions of dollars. I think Eddie Murphy owns the original.
Oh wow.
Very Cinematic says Lily looks stellar, man. Stellar,
Oh,
Sean.
thank you. I figured this
Alpha
is a
Proto.
nice, quick one to do.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks tight. I like that. I like that, even with the pencil layer taken off. Alpha Proto says moral of the story becomes a pro comic artist and get your family out the hood. That's what we're trying to do.
It's time to lead the hood.
Trying to draw, lead the hood. Sean's trying to draw. Check it out.
Lead the hood. I'll do a simple color on this one. just to say like, hey, I got another Stellar Blade piece.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to do that for fun today since your boy can't play this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, Marriage Cinematic says Sean and Dan trying to make it to the villa. Yeah, this is the villa. When we reference the villa,
Mm-hmm.
it's in reference to a video that we saw a while ago of Rob Liefeld on Lifestyles and Rich and Famous,
Yes.
and he was talking about he lived in a villa,
My man had.
a rich like it's not even a McMansion, it was like a mansion or something like that,
Oh
like,
yeah.
and off of his young blood money, and talking to Robin Leach and them.
It was wild.
I don't know if it was Robin Leach, but it was least. I think Robin Leach was at least narrating the damn thing. It was pretty wild. We'll have to play that video again.
Oh yeah. We'll do it next
There's all
time.
kind of videos like that for the '90s. It was like the salad days of comics. Making that big dough.
Yeah.
Rob Liefeld also appeared on the Dennis Miller show. Like, he had a show, Dennis Miller, the comedian. He had a
Mm-hmm.
late night show, and Rob Liefeld was on it,
Huh.
talking about Youngblood comics.
Look at that. Hmm.
And the audience was cheering. He was on those 501 Levi's jeans commercials directed by Spike Lee.
Right.
You know, everybody was trying to make characters. Like, you go to school and everybody's got making their characters because Image was doing it. They were drawing them up and don't steal my character. Thought they were going to be the next Tom McFarlane. Or
Everybody was on that time.
it was an aspiring time though, because that's what people are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Make your own stuff, put out your own stuff, have the dream that you're gonna make millions of dollars with it.
Anyway, y'all. This is meant to be a quick stream.
But I love the piece.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for stopping by.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sure it to like the video.
Yes.
If you haven't subscribed or hit the bell, give it a shot. You'll know when we come on. Hit
that notification.
Gorilla smash the like button until
step on the like button. Smash the like button. What was the terms nowadays? Huh?
Or destroy it.
Destroy the lights button.
Pick it up, break it down, reconstruct it, and smash it again. Check out redcombook.com.
Give a sure you can to the like button.
That's right.
Yes, redcombook.com. If you guys don't have the book yet, we still have some in stock waiting for you. So,
Booyah.
Get all that. We before we go, I know we're not on a strict schedule. Dan and I are cooking stuff up.
Chefing the impossible.
Right.
Stirring up
stuff.
Magic potion.
As far as new video ideas, still may or may not make a new channel too as well. But we'll still be live streaming here. I'm talking based on YouTube. Yeah. And we'll have some news on some more stuff soon. Until then, I gotta finish this because this looks kind of cool. Everybody have a good night, and we will catch you sometime next week. Peace out.
Peace.